So Xbox just had their 2023 extended showcase, which is their smaller, less exciting showcase that they have after their main showcase every single summer. And they give us a deeper dive into some of the games that they have shown off, as well as they give us some announcements that weren't in the main showcase, generally smaller announcements. And this is exactly what happened. So let's talk about some of the stuff that they did show off. So here is the Xbox Wire article. Now, first of all, I will say, overall, there's actually some pretty good announcements here from an indie perspective, from games coming over to Xbox Game Pass, games like Neon White and a game called Go Mecha Ball, which actually looks like it is going to be a ton of fun. Also, Hi-Fi Rush got the DLC officially announced that is coming in July, and that was something that had been leaked with the achievements. They went into a deeper dive into games like Exomecha, as well as Towerborn and Hellblade 2, and we'll get to talking about Hellblade 2 once we get to that section. But here's what we saw, and also Avowed, they went into a deeper dive, which, I mean, Avowed looks great. I can't wait for Avowed to come out. They gave us some more information exactly what this game is going to play like, and they're saying it is going to be more along the lines of you're going to be able to explore in certain areas, then going back to like the hub, similar to what it was in the Outer Worlds. But the game itself looks really good, and they went to deeper information about Kai, who was the companion that we did see at the initial Avowed reveal, or the initial Avowed gameplay trailer at the Xbox Game Showcase. And again, they went over some Towerborn, looks absolutely incredible. Can't wait to play that. 33 Immortals, we saw Phil Spencer actually jumping in and playing this game with the developers of the game itself. They had Keanu Reeves there talking about Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. High on Life is getting a horror comedy DLC, which is High on Knife. And I mean, I loved High on Life, so this was a welcomed addition. And this was another new announcement that we didn't know about from the Xbox Game Showcase. And then they go on, had some other things in terms of deeper dives of stuff that we have already seen. And again, like I said, showed off some more games coming to Game Pass, like the Lamplighter League, this game called Go Mecha Ball, which looks awesome. The First Descendants, we got a first gameplay look of this, which is going to be a free-to-play third-person looter shooter. And honestly, looks like it's shaping up to be something that a lot of people are going to be excited to jump in and play just from the gameplay itself. It kind of gives me that vibe of like Warframe and Anthem and all these things all mixed in together. And we're seeing it here captured on the Xbox Series X. Actually looks like it's going to be fun. And there is a beta starting Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023 for this. It's going to run all the way to August 28th. But I have to say, overall, I mean, it was the extended showcase. I don't really expect that much from it from an excitement point of view. I wasn't blown away by really anything. But overall, I thought it was good from the games that they did announce coming to Game Pass. Just a bunch more to look forward to. Now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room here, and that is Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 was a game that they showed off at the regular showcase, and this isn't the first time we've seen this. This is, I think it was like the third time or so that we actually saw the graphical prowess of what Hellblade 2 is going to look like. And people were sitting there wondering, I think a lot of people were wondering, are they going to show us gameplay with combat and let us know what it's going to be like when we're actually playing this game, when the controller is in our hands? How is it going to feel? How much different is it from the previous Hellblade? Because as we know, the first Hellblade itself was, in my opinion, more of an experience. Like, you had those visual puzzles, and then you had light combat areas, and it was just going from puzzles to light combat to puzzles. And it's not really my style of game. Like, to me, this is more along the lines of a Sony style of game, and I find them very linear and sometimes boring. But the actual psychological part of this game is what really was impressive. The way that they were able to tell the story with Senua and with what was going on in her mind. So that part was very, very cool. And that's where I think brought in a lot of fans to the game. But coming with Hellblade 2, after Microsoft and Xbox purchased Ninja Theory, people are expecting this game to be just much greater in scope. Like, I hear when people say it's not about the combat, it's not about the gameplay, it's about the psychological storytelling and that type of stuff. And I understand that completely. But this game has to be much bigger in scope, as they are touting it as a major big AAA game coming from Xbox. And people want to see combat for Hellblade 2. They want to see how they've improved on it, how they've added to it, and what they've changed and added and made better from the very first game. And we have yet to see that. And this game is coming out in 2024. And it was at the extended showcase And they did nothing of the sort. They gave us another behind the scenes look at Hellblade 2, saying here that they're exploring how their use of performance capture is bringing the story of Senua to life from humble beginnings in a converted boardroom to a state-of-the-art performance capture stage at their Cambridge studio. Ninja Theory aimed to suspend your belief and sink you into Senua's world and story. And this isn't the first time we've seen them do this. And I think a lot of people now are having enough of seeing motion capture, seeing how this game is going to look. There's one thing you can guarantee with Hellblade 2 is that it is going to be one of the best looking games this generation. It is going to be an absolute showcase for Xbox and for the Xbox Series X. People from every platform are going to be looking at Hellblade 2, probably in awe of how this game looks, and it may end up being a benchmark visually. We know that. That's not up in the air, I really don't think anymore, based off of all the stuff they've shown us from behind the scenes, as well as from the actual videos and in-engine stuff they've shown us. People now want to see gameplay, and they have yet to show it. I think it's hurting the hype a little bit for Hellblade 2. At least for me it is, because it isn't my specific style of game. But I know for a lot of people out there, they're extremely excited for Hellblade 2, probably one of the games they are most excited for. And I was disappointed that they didn't show any combat gameplay here. But I want to hear from you guys when it comes to Hellblade 2. Do you care, like I care, about wanting to see the combat overall for Hellblade 2? Or are you okay just waiting until it gets much closer to the release with hopefully they'll give us a deeper dive with a bigger gameplay introduction? And are you confident that the gameplay is going to be different, or is it going to be very similar to the first Hellblade? So the Xbox Extended Showcase has come, it's gone. Nothing crazy exciting, but definitely games to look out for when it comes to Xbox Game Pass. Let me know if you guys did watch the extended showcase. Love to hear your thoughts on it. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.